And let me start sharing full screen. Hold on, before that, let me add a few things. All right, we are good from here. So let me start recording the session. All right. So let's have a quick recap of yesterday's one. So we had a like a use case scenario with the WhatsApp application, right? And can someone confirm the audio, please?
Yes, sir, it's clear. Yes.
All right. So in the yesterday's use case, right? So we had example of a WhatsApp application, and we talk about the branching strategy, how we would do it in the enterprise level, right? So mainly four branches: dev, QA, UAT, and production. And we talk about the temporary or short-lived branches, feature, bug fix, and hot fix and delete branches. So it's a temporary basis for deploying the code to the respective environments. And I have already shown you like how each feature branch will go. So feature branch will go from feature branch, and then it will go to the dev environment, QA, UAT, and prod. Right. So these are things which we have discussed yesterday, and we haven't seen the practical use case like this like theoretical one. So let's dive in and let's also understand like what else pending from our side. Okay, so let me start opening Notepad. So these are the yesterday's rough notes, right? Cool. Maybe I'll pick a new one. Yeah. So in this session, what apart from the practical session of the previous, so majority of people already completed. So I have received assignments from everyone, most of the people. So like I have received from Kumar, Dilip, Pavan, Priyadarshini, Kiran. Like many people have submitted their assignment. Okay, so that's a good part. Though we were about to complete the practical session, but you finished it already. So that's how the session should be actually in general. All right. And today's session, so we also want to have a understanding of Git commands. Also, so the today agenda is practical practical session on the branching strategy and Git commands and its use case. Okay, and understanding the pull request PR. Hmm? GitHub. Okay. Now, so what we do is we will go in a descending order actually. In the sense, we'll start with understanding the pull request in GitHub. Okay. So because it is linked to the previous session, right? Let me go back here. So we were thinking about, okay, so when we're talking about feature branch, like a developer create a new feature branch. One second. Yeah, here. Yeah. So when you look at this, right? So feature branch, let's say developer starts picking a developer starts working on the new feature, new feature. Let's say messaging platform, for example. Okay, but he should, he or she should create a feature branch from the dev branch. You got it? So anytime when feature one branch is created, okay, it has to create it from a dev branch. In the sense, see, for example, assume dev branch has a certain code. Let's say it has files. Let's say a dot a dot, or we can say like audio.py, for example, Python file, and video.py. Okay, so assume dev branch has two files. One is audio.py and video.py, right? And one developer, he started working on a feature branch. Okay, in the sense he's working on, he created one more branch, right? The branch name is what? So feature branch. Understood. And in this, he created one more file called messaging, right? Let's say message.py. There's a Python file, for example. Okay. Now, once he is done with that, once he completed its implementation for implementing a message feature, right? Where this will go? This should go and merge it to dev branch, right? And see, one branch we will keep everything. See, when you are opening a WhatsApp, do you see, like, see, when you open a WhatsApp, you can see all the available options, no? Like say video, feature, audio, messaging, everything in one place, correct? Similarly, we want to keep everything packed and keep it in one place. So that is a dev branch. You got it? So dev branches, you had a clear understanding already. So it's a development team uses a lot for their development purpose, and even for testing also they use only for developer context. But see the branch. So how it happens, right? So when developers, when developers start working on this, how this happens? So he creates new copy from the, when it comes to feature branch. Feature branch is nothing but new branch, but should be created with existing branch, which is dev. Okay. So one people tend to make so many mistakes. Maybe I'll show you like how what kind of mistake they used to make. Right now, in the sense how it is actually. So for knowing this, you need to understand few Git commands. Okay, so Git commands are very helpful for creating a, you need to understand. Okay, there is a dev branch, and how can I create a new feature branch? How can I merge this to these things, right? So that's where we need to understand what are the Git commands. Okay, so again we will jump back to the session, right? Now, so in Git there are there are a couple of things we need to understand. Let me do one thing. Let me create one fresh repository, create a new repository in the GitHub. Okay, so for that I So many people set up their like I think not many, everyone set up the GitHub actually, right? So this is the github.com is a place where you can go and log in, and here you can see there is something called new, right? So this is new is something you can create a new repositories. So you can directly do go from here. If you don't see this page, what you can do is uh, click on the profile on the right side on top. You can see a repository section. If you click here, it will display all the available repositories. Also, you can create a something called new. Okay, so you can click here, right? And now you can create a new repository. Let's say uh, my test repository, for example, test folder, or you can select test folder, testing, not testing. Let's say branching strategy, right? Yeah, branching. So I'm creating some, it can be any name. That's fine. And here choose visibility. So this branching strategy, right? Like this branch repository should be visible public, meaning anyone in the internet can able to access the repository. Okay, and add readme, this is all not required. So directly go and create it. Once I do this, even if I share this link with you, everybody in the internet can able to access this. If you click this, you should able to access. Let's say let me copy this. And so currently I'm in StemFresh account. Let me go here and somewhere else and try to open it. So since it's see, this repository is empty repository. You got it? So I still able to access this, but there is nothing is available. So when this is available, if I create something, then it started available. Got it? Yeah. Now, if you see, as soon as you create the new repository, here there is an option where you can add the collaborators. That's where I was talking about. Yesterday I added a few people, right? Yeah. And here you can see, quick setup. If you haven't done this, right? So you can do like this. Meaning this is for installing, Git in your desktop. This all are not required now. Understood? Now, so what is important actually? In order to work on this, see, in order to work on this particular, repository, so what you can do is there are certain commands here. Let me take a let me take a look and let's work on this. So the first command, echo command. So echo command is a command which, like there is a string, right? Instead of creating a separate file. So what we are doing is I'm creating a separate file. So this is a text message. Okay. So by using this echo command, I'm copying this message to readme.md file. Okay. So it is just like creating one file in let's say notepad or any other place. So instead of using anything, let me do one thing. So since otherwise, what I can do is maybe I can quickly show how in the real time we work on this. Okay. So here, what's the this is the URL actually. URL for Git. Just copy this. Okay, and use any terminal. A command prompt or VS Code or anything. So let's see. I open a VS Code. Since my system is configured with this particular GitHub account, so I should able to clone this project. Let's say clone repository. You have an option, right? Clone repository, or you can directly go new terminal, for example. Now, so I'm inside. Let me keep side by side. Okay, so what's my folder location? Let's say it is inside. It is here. Users Kumar Makala. Like there are many folders out there. Let me do one thing. Uh, inside users, with user. For example, let me create one more file on my folder called my projects. Okay, I created a folder now, my projects. Now let's work on this. Okay, so Kubar Makala, and you have to cd into this project, my projects, right? You can use tab, guys. Okay, so when you we have already learned, right? So you can use your dir command or ls command. So when it comes to Windows terminal, you can use dir for listing your directories and files. And if you're if you're using Visual Code Studio or Linux platform, so ls is the command for listing out all the files and folders. Right now, I'm inside kmakala here in the terminal. But if I want to get into this folder, cd space my projects. You can type the full word. Let's say if it you can keep a you can give a full name, or you can use the just my my and give a tab. That would help you to complete that do auto completion. Okay. Now, so now we were inside this folder, right? Now let's try to execute this command. Like so when we are saying echo, let's say this is Makala. Now what I'm doing, so this is the text, actually text message. By using this, I'm creating a new file. Let's say readme.md. If you see in the right side we executed this command, and the left side you're able to see the file just got created with just one command. So in Linux, what are the who can tell me what is the command for creating a file? So you can use touch command or
And VA
VA editor.
CAT, CAT to view and VI to edit.
See what the hell, man? CAT for
No,
viewing
VI,
content, right?
yeah, VI, CAT for viewing content and
Stop,
VI for
stop,
editing.
stop. All right. So now in the real time, what we do is see we take this HTTPS URL, copy it. So there's a command called git clone. So the git clone is a command which would the which would clone or downloads this stuff. If you see, you appear you have a cloned repository, cloned empty repository. There was nothing. Okay. Now what we are going to do is now whatever the project we were in currently, right? So to solve this, what we do is we will initiate, we do everything step by step here. So first of all, there is a command called git init command. Okay. So git init is a command. So when you this will be used when you're creating a new project. When you're starting a new project, we will issue this command for tracking this to this for tracking this project into a GitHub repository. Okay. So git init. This is like initializing the repository so that Git can track it. That's the very first command. And second command, and one more important thing. So for everything, right? Like what you have to do is there is something called git status. Okay. So git status is one of the very important command which would tell you every command, for execute any command, right? So every time do this git status. It will tell you what got changed, where you are, what if there is issue also you can see with the status command. Now what I'm doing, git init and then git status. If you see what you are seeing, actually there are two files here. So when you do a there are two things, right? Branching, maybe I don't know, some extra file is there, 729. I think did we create it? Yeah, we will go there. That's fine. So the first command is git init. Second command, git status is the command every time we use, every regularly we use. Next command, this is the one. We just created one empty file caret, and not empty file. We created a file with some content. So how did you create it? Git echo. So here, this is the way you created a file called readme.md. So which created a new file in the, maybe I can open here. Hold on, open folder. So where that folder is created, here users, Kim Makala and my project. I trust this project. You are good to go here. Right. Now git status. So this would tell you what is currently. See, it's saying like, hey, there are untracked files. So it is also giving recommendation. Git add, git add file name. This includes what we don't care about all this, because when it comes to the flow, right? So the flow is very simple. So how we do, right? So git, we will make changes. Steps are very clean. So when you're working on Git, these are the almost sequential steps that we follow. Git clone. So this is this clone and project name, and then this is step number one. Step number two, make changes in the project. Add the changes. Add the changes. Fourth step, commit the changes. And last step, push the changes to the GitHub repository. Okay. So ideally, these are the commands. So when you're working on a very first time, so that time only you need to set up all this, all this. You need to execute all these commands in the initial stage. These ones. Okay. But after that, only these four commands we use very often. Okay, let's do it in practical way so that it will be more clear, right? Next. So if you issue the command git status, so you can see these are the files are available. So let's go ahead and see what is branching here. So meaning just now we initiated, right? We initiated a project, and here what's your project name? Like your repository name. So git init, right? So we have cloned it, and it got cloned. It got cloned this repository. That's where you are here. Ls, you have to get inside the branching. So this is the actual GitHub repository. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is, let me go ahead and create some few files here. I should not open this. So instead, open a folder here, users, Kumar Makala, my project, and the repository name which I created in the GitHub, right? So that name is branching. That's where the name, the folder got created with the branching. You have to choose the branching. Okay, select it. Now you're in the right place. So here in the branching folder, you don't have anything, right? So when you're working on a VS Code, it's pretty straightforward. Also, you can open a terminal. Click on three dots here. Right now, so when it comes to branching, right? So this is a remote repository currently empty, right? Now there you can see two folder kind of symbols. So one is to create a new file, other one is to create a new folder. Okay, so let's start with a new file. So I just clicked here, clicked on this new file. Let's say um, audio.py, for example. Okay, I created a new file. Let's say let me get some sample. Let's say print. I'm writing some sample Python script. No, this this is a audio file. All right. Now, since you are already here, uh, if you do a git status, now you can see something got added. See, it is playing with the git status. It is saying, hey, this in this particular like a project repository, you had something called new file. So whatever the changes, right? So you added this. Now you can see audio.py is added. Let me go ahead and create one more file, video.py. Okay, two files. So visually, if you want to see, like you have to do a git status. Now you are seeing like, hey, there are two files. This is two are untracked files. Now what you have to do? Now I want to see. Um, I want to know like whether I can add this two or not. Okay. So how we can add? Using git add command. Here itself, if you do a git status, right, it will give a hint also. Because there are two untracked files, audio and video. So use git add and file name. So this is the use case for adding the files to git. Okay. If you see here, git space add readme. So people what they do, that's what, if you don't know about uses of git status, right? What you will be doing? So you'll be doing here like something like this. Let's say git space add space readme, for example. So blindly they go, they execute it. See, they don't even read what just happened. Okay, here it says that a readme did not match any files. They will say that hey, I'm unable to add this file, right? So first of all, this file itself not available. If you do a ls itself, we can see readme.md file is not available, right? So don't make such mistakes. So maybe with this example, we there is something called readme.md, right? But we don't have. If you want to create, how we can create? Directly echo, let's say dummy file. Now what else? This text, where I'm writing, what the file name? Readme.md. Okay. Now, if you see the readme.md file is created, meaning like echo is a command. Here, whatever message you are giving, that text will be saved into the file called readme.md. Got it? That's how we do. Got it? Now I can do a git status. Now, how many files you are seeing? You are seeing 3 files. Okay. Now, when it comes to git commands, right? So there are few things we need to learn actually. So when it comes to add command, git space add space file name. Okay. So this command to add only one file. Now, and see, this is only one file. Let's say here, something like this. And if you want to add 2 files, file name 1, for example, and give some space and to a file name 2. Meaning 2 files you can do it in one shot also. So imagine there are okay. So example use case. Let's say git space add space, for example, audio.py. Okay, meaning you are adding only one file. If you want to add, let's say, two files, video.py space and readme.md, for example, something like this. Now, this is a example use case I am talking about. And what if there are multiple files? Let's say, I'll use let's touch abc.txt, cd.t. Like I'm trying to create multiple files. So since touch is a Linux command, right? So it won't work directly in the Windows machine, right? So now what I'm going to do, so I can directly take help of readme.md, for example, like echo command abc.txt, create one more cd.txt, some dummy files. I created some dummy files here. Now let's try to understand. Maybe, yeah, git status now, right? So there are how many files? There are 5 files are available. Now, when you're working on a GitHub, right? So we would need to understand. Yeah. So first of all, you are seeing multiple things here. Okay. But when you're working on here, if you do a git branch, it is not showing any branch information. So this is very important for us. Okay. So when you're working on GitHub, git branch should give some branch name. So by default, I think this is a command actually. Okay. So by default, it will be in a master branch. So git branch minus m and main. So this helps to rename the default branch name master to main. Okay. Now, so when I go back here, git branch. So it's not showing any branch, right? Now here you can see there is something called git add readme, right? So let us also add only one file now. Okay. So git space add. You can add anything. Let's say abc.txt or audio.py, your wish. Okay. Git add space. Now what I'm doing, I'm only pushing this audio.py file to the GitHub repository. Right? Now, what's the next command? So after git add, what you have to do is you have to commit it. So maybe with a few examples you will understand. Git commit minus m. So say this is like commit message. Audio feature only available, for example. Okay. Now, so when you issue this command, right, git commit minus m. So what basically it does is whatever the files that we added, so it takes a track of all the files. Maybe with the other few examples, you'll come to know cleanly, right? Yeah. So for each commit ID, right, you will get one commit ID, hash ID we used to say. Okay. So you are seeing some commit ID, right? So this one like unique commit ID, right? So once you do a git commit, right? Now what we are doing, git branch minus m main. So by default it's a master branch. Now here we are renaming default branch to main branch. This is a command git branch minus m main. Okay. Now if you do a git branch, how did you see this? So previously when I issue this git branch before this command, when I do a git branch, it did not show any branch here, branch information. And now after renaming default branch to main branch, now what it is doing? So there is a branch called main branch is available now. Okay. Next, here git remote. There is one more You can do this way, or I can maybe I can show you my style of doing it. So directly once you commit, right, since you committed, now git push, directly issue a git push. What it does is, ideally, see see few two three commands only, ideally hardly we use git add, git commit, and git push. Every time this is the one we used to do actually. Okay, now, so since that, if you see this kind of message, let's say enumerating objects 3 done, counting objects, writing objects, and everything else, so meaning everything else is okay. Understood? You are able to if they see this message, the git push is successful. Now where do you check this? If you click here, now if you just reload the page, now did you see, just 2 minutes ago someone has pushed it to main. Okay, so generally when we create a fresh GitHub repository, when we create a new repository, ideally there is a branch name called main branch. Okay, so from this only we used to what we can say, we create multiple other branches from main. So this is a default branch, right? Right. Now what I'm gonna do is, since main branch is available, so main branch is the default branch. From this default branch only, every other branch will be created. Okay, so from main branch, other default branches will be created. Now, so how do I create a new branch? So yesterday, like we were discussed, right? Branching strategy. So dev branch, QA, UAT, and main. So main is the production one. Understood? Now, so default, by default, Git Git has the main branch. From there, other branches will be created. Okay. Now, if you want to create a dev branch, QA, UAT, and the 3 other branches, so these 3 branches should be created from main branch. Got it? So for creating any branch, create a new branch in GitHub. Okay. So how do you do it? There's a command called git checkout. Git checkout minus B. So this is the command, guys. Git checkout minus B, and here you have to give a branch name. Understood? Now, now it is clear. What we are going to do is, let's do some sample exercise, right? And here inside my project, there are two projects open. Okay, cool. So here git branch main. So if you do a git status, right? So how many untracked files still? There are 4 more. Okay, so let's try to understand how to use the other commands like git add. Git add multiple ways, right? Let's say git add space. Now git previously I have only issued git space add space only one file, right? So now this way you can add multiple files also. Let's say I want to add, this time I want to add 2 files, readme.md, also abc.txt. Copy and just paste it. So this way, after add, you can keep a number of files possible. So there is no limit that you can pass only this many files. No, not required. You can pass anything. Once you add this file, you have to commit it. Git commit minus m. Say um, adding 2 more files. All right. So once you commit it, it will give you one hash ID. This one, git push. What we are doing, I'm I'm pushing these two more files. So total 3 files should be available in the GitHub in the main branch. So that's what it's important to understand which branch you are pushing. So how do you know the branch? Git space branch. So this would tell you what is the current branch, The current branch is main branch. So in the main branch, now I added two more files extra. If you just refresh it, you can able to see just now, right? Now, importantly, now that you understood, how to add a single file, how to add a multiple files. Let's say Git status. So there are two more files out there. So sometimes there might be 10 files or 15 files. So this is not a convenient way, right? Git add space file 1, file 2, file 3. No, right? So there is a direct command available, git add space dot. So dot means add everything. Okay, so git space add space dot. Dot means add everything, add everything, meaning all files. Understood. Now what I'm going to do is let me do the same exercise, right? Let me create echo some string, say hello. Let's say t1.text, t2.text, t3.text, right? So I added few more files. Now how I'm gonna check it? See, as mentioned, for every command, every git command, do a git status. Every command execution, apply git status. Git status will give you the right information every time. Okay, when you're working on a project, always see, my favorite command is the git status. Okay, so every time if I miss something or if I don't know what was the previous stage of the code, so I do a git status. That would tell me, so what are the files that are newly available. Okay, now git add space. Now if I want to add all of these files, so instead of adding one by one, I put dot. So when you do a dot, if you do a git status, now previously it was in a red color, right? Now it got changed to green color, meaning this got added actually already. Okay, so this file is already added to the git. Now you have to apply git commit. Git commit minus m is message. So say um, bulk files added. Got it? So if you see bulk file added, for each one, for each file it keeps a separate unique hash ID. Okay, and for all it also keeps one unique hash ID here. You don't need to. I think for us, no, we don't care about this one. This is we used to call as a commit ID. Even this one you can see it in the GitHub. Okay. Now, so once you do this git commit and minus m and the message, it would commit the message. It would create one separate unique hashtag to a git status. So there is nothing, your branch is ahead of main by one commit. So git push. You are seeing, right? Like even it is, if you do a git status, it will clearly give what will be the next command that you should execute. Okay. If you do a git push, now every file, this will be pushed to GitHub. See, if you just go through this, enumerating, counting the objects, meaning it is collecting the data and compressing the data, compressing the objects. Now writing objects. Let's say there are 4 files that we added, right? 4 to 5 files. It is pushing one after other, and it is once it is doing all everything, and it is pushing to GitHub with commit ID. Right now, if you go back to github.com, you should be able to see every information. See, all all files got added. Now, in the real time also we exactly do this. Okay. Now, what you want to do? Now I want to create a, see, when it comes to the, this is a default one where we create a default branch. By default, Git has main branch. Now from main only, this dev branch QA branches will be derived, or it will be created by using main branch. Now, how to create a new branch, right? Now what we need to do, we need to create a new branch from where? From main branch. So first you have to do is, you have to check which branch you are in. So whatever branch you are, if you create a new branch, it will be created using this branch only. Okay. So git checkout minus B. So it's a branch meant dev branch. Okay. And so you don't need to give a no main branch and all, not required. This way it creates a new branch called dev. Now if you do a git status, got it, nothing to commit. Git push, nothing to be pushed. Let's say if you do a git push, here the current branch dev has no upstream branch. To push the current branch and set the remote as upstream, you can directly use this command. So that's where git status is the very nice command where you can do everything. It will give you every information that is required. Okay. So now git push set upstream origin dev. Now it got pushed this changes to dev branch also. If you go back here, so currently I created dev branch using main branch, right? So whatever available in the main branch should be available with the dev branch as well. So just reload it to refresh this. And if you switch the dev branch, you should be able to see everything available in main branch also. Meaning dev and main are both are exactly same now, right? Like this, we will create one more file. Let me go back here. One more branch. Git checkout QA. You should not do like this. Why? Because every branch you should check out from you should create. If you do a Git branch, because Git checkout create a new branch where you are currently. So Git, if I do a Git branch, now it is showing two branches, but it is marking where, meaning the current branch it is chosen is dev. But if you want to create any branch initial commit, every branch should be created using main branch. Okay. Now if you want to switch to this branch, like currently the marking is showing dev branch, right? So you have to switch to main branch. So to switch, the command is git checkout minus, if you use minus B, then it create a new branch. If you don't give a minus B, then it switch to the branch. Git checkout, let's say main, switch to the main branch. Got it? So maybe we can try that as well. So git checkout. Now I want to switch to main branch. Git checkout main. So you can see it. Switch it to main branch. Your branch is up to date with the origin main. Now, if you do a git branch again, this time the pointer should show main branch. So previously it is in dev branch. Here the pointer, but now I switched the branch from dev to main. Okay, cool. Now what I want to do, I want to create one more branch called QA branch. Git checkout minus. If you want to create a new branch, I should apply minus B and then branch name. What's the branch name? QA branch. So now I have switched to new branch. So git status on branch, nothing to commit. Git branch. If you see, QA branch is created from where? From main branch, because I have switched to main branch. From there, I created a new branch called QA. QA branch is created. Okay, in simple way, whatever whatever main has, from there only I created a QA branch, right? Now, if you do a good git push setup, so it is saying like, hey, the current branch QA has no upstream branch, meaning there is no branch, right? See here there is, it is saying like, hey, currently this particular repository does not have a QA branch. That's what it is saying. Has no upstream branch, QA no upstream branch. To push to the current branch, set the remote as upstream and use this. So meaning if you do this, it sets and create a new branch in the remote repository in the GitHub. Okay. Got it. Now if you go back here, reload this page. Now we can see main branch, dev and QA. So QA is just now we created. Likewise, we have to create one more. Git now again, don't do this mistake. Git branch, it would tell you like which branch it is. So if I want to create a UAT branch, UAT branch should be created from where? It should be created from main branch. So you have to switch git checkout main, right? So now I have switched to main branch. If I do a git branch, now the branch is main branch. From this, I have to create a new branch called UAT. So git checkout minus B, branch name is UAT. And if you do a git branch, it should point to UAT branch, right? And if you do a git push is a short command. Uh, Git push set a stream, all the other commands. So if you don't remember, that's fine. Git push, it would tell you, okay, hey, it does not have a branch name UAT. So let me create a upstream branch as the UAT and create it and push it. Okay. Git git push set upstream origin UAT. That's it. And here, if you go back here, now we can see all the 4 branches. See, main branch is the production branch, where, as mentioned yesterday, so all end users, all customers are using this main branch code. Okay, and dev, QA, UAT, and all other branches. Like we used to keep 4 environments actually, as mentioned yesterday. Maybe if you have an issue, right? So refer back yesterday's session, so you'll have idea of what is main, what is dev, QA, UAT. Okay, this session is a very detailed theoretical session that would give more insights. All right. Now, so in this, like imagine the initially we created a project like this. Now even in the internet, like currently you are using this branch is public. You can also clone this project. So how do you clone? If you use anyone in the internet can able to access and see my content, right? So if we just reload this branching strategy, now we can see all the branches, right? See, got it. So this particular repository have 4 branches, and I can able to see all the information. Now, so in ideally in office environment, so people like DevOps engineer will able to create the repository and give the repository link for you. Hey boss, so this is the one. Now what I'm gonna do is I'll directly go click here on the code. I'm able to see this URL. Okay, click here, copy the URL. Now by using this URL, anybody in the internet can clone my project, clone my code. So how you can clone? Maybe cloning we can take a look a little bit later. Otherwise, we can directly use git clone space, the URL just give it. So that you can clone my copy of the code which available in the GitHub that will become to your local. So let me do quickly for you. maybe. So currently I'm in this branching folder, right? Now what I'm going to do is I want to create a in the document folder, for example, or use anything, Windows or CMD, right? Git clone. So inside kmakala folder itself, inside the kmakala folder itself, I'm creating the, I'm cloning the data. If I do this git clone, too many arguments. Oh, sorry, I have applied twice, I guess.
Twice.
Yeah. If we do a git clone, so this one able to clone the, see now it is copying content of the remote repository, my local. We go back here, and if you check for my kmakala folder, so I should able to see there's something called branching, see 87, just now it got created. Even you can, maybe I can give this command here quickly. Everyone please try quickly, like execute this command, git clone space the repository. You should be able to clone my repository which just got created. It takes less than a minute. Once you're done, say done, please.
Yes, sir, it's done.
Okay. I need one or two more done from other people.
It's done.
Complete it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Maybe Salisu, you had the issue with Git actually that is not set up in your mission. So it has a issue saying that unrecognized command Git, something like that. Okay. Anyway, I will work with you on this. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So now that what we are saying, so this is how we created 4 different branches. Now let's work on other things, right? How we do it. Let's say developer working on a feature branch. So this is how the default branches will be created, like default 4 branches. Now, if you see the feature branches, right? Feature branch should be created from dev branch. Okay. So there is a reason actually. Okay. So the reason is very simple. So main branch is the production copy. We keep the original copy as it is, and the all developments are happening in dev branch. When you want to implement some new development, like when you are getting into a new development stage, right? What you have to do is you have to create a feature branch from the dev branch only, not in the QA, UAT or anything. Okay, so let me type it down. Feature branch should be created using the dev branch, as dev branch has the all newly implemented, newly in progress development activities. Okay. Now you understand, right? This is why we want to create a feature branch from dev branch. Got it? Now, so how can I create a new feature branch? So now if you do a git status, guys, that's what git status is the command which should always gives you what is up to date. Okay, it's good. Now git checkout. If you want to switch to dev branch, git checkout dev. And before that, if you do a git branch, right, it will give you where you are currently, which branch you are in currently. So the pointer showing you are in a UAT branch, right? But what I want to do, I want to check out to dev branch. Git checkout minus git checkout dev. So now I switch to dev branch. It is clearly saying git checkout git checkout dev. It switch to the dev branch. If you do a git status, okay, your branch is up to date. And one more important command actually. So there is something called git pull. So it pulls the latest changes from the selected branch. Okay, all right. So here, if I do a git branch now, it is using dev branch. Now, from this dev branch only, you have to create a feature branch, right? So git checkout minus v. So when you're working on a feature branch, so feature should be prefix feature. Let's say um, I'm adding emoji feature. Okay. Now, if you see, if I do a git branch, right? So now branch name it got created and it is chosen as a like a emoji branch. Now, so how the development should happen? Now here, even if you do a git branch, right? Emoji branch. Now here, let's say if I create a new file, let's say emoji.py file, for example. Okay. Yeah, here. Uh, you can write any even you can ask ChatGPT, for example, you know. Uh, give me a emoji Python file, for example. Instead of giving some dummy file, empty file, right? So you can take anything. You can ask ChatGPT to give it for you. So it does quickly. So this file is fine. Like let it generate. Right. Meantime, what I can do is so there is a new file added to the which branch? Only feature emoji branch. Right now. So if you go back here, that's fine for me. You know, whatever generated, I can take a look. Stop generated. Copy this code and keep it in emoji. Here, this is the place, guys. So when you click on here, then you can paste it. You got it? Now, new file added. So as mentioned, what is the favorite command? Git status. It would tell you what is added. Did you see this? Hey, on the branch feature emoji, untracked file is there, meaning this file is not committed. This one is not pushed to, it is not available in the GitHub repository. Okay, but you want to add this file. So it is giving the information also. Git space, add space, file name, right? And so there is two things. So if you don't commit, right? So if you don't commit this, it won't be added. So if you want to save the changes, so this just to add tracking actually. You track this file, now I want to, what we are saying, track this emoji file. Now I want to save this file. So if you want to save, this is just admin's tracking only. And if you want to really save, then commit, git commit -m, and you have to say added. So when it comes to feature and all, right? So feature, say emoji feature. This can be any message, but try to give us a meaningful message so that who are reviewing the code, they can quickly understand. Okay, this is for emojis. Yeah, emoji features added. Now, if you do a git push now, right? So it is saying, hey boss, remote upstream is not, this branch is not there. Feature emoji branch is not there. It's now if you want to do it, create it like this is a branch locally created in my local machine. Create it and push the changes to remote machine. Now when you do this, git push set upstream origin. Now what happened just now? So I created a new branch, added a new file. See, let's have a quick recap. I created a new branch and verifying whether it is selecting this branch or not, and added a new file called emoji. This is the one, and I added this file emoji. Before that, I did a git status, which would tell me like what are the untracked files, meaning this file is not available in the GitHub. It is available in your local. Okay. Now I say okay, track this file, git add emoji, and save the file. Okay, so this is the one I'm now I want to save this file to a GitHub repository. So git commit -m and the message, just a message, right? And then git push. It says, boss, that repository is not there. Like not repository, branch is not there. Feature emoji. You want to create it? Okay, let me set a um, let me push it to the current branch and set the remote as the upstream. So it is saying like, boss, use this command. Okay, so git push set upstream origin is this branch. Now the changes are pushed to feature emoji branch. If you go back to GitHub, now did you see this? So I didn't done anything. So since it's a new feature branch, it is saying that the feature branch had a one pushes in 1 second ago. Now where this changes should be pushed now? Because from where this branch is created, it created from dev branch, right? So this changes should be pushed to dev branch only. So how we can push? How we can push these changes to dev branch? So currently the changes are in emoji branch. If you want to do there is something called, you're seeing on screen, right? The compare and pull request. So this is what you should do. When you click on here, compare and pull request. Now see, pull request, right? So this is the place. Even if you don't see that option also, so pull request is you should click on the pull request and new pull request. Here you can merge from any branch to any branch. Okay. Now new branch I created is feature emoji. I want to merge these changes because these changes I created in the emoji branch. Now I want to deploy. Like what is the workflow actually? How can I deploy from one branch to other branch? So feature branch to here. So feature branch, it should go to dev and then QA and then UAT and prod. Okay. So now imagine like emoji feature added. Now I want to deploy this to first to dev, right? There is something called create a pull request. You have to click this option. So by just choosing this option won't solve the problem, but you have to create a pull request. Okay. So there is option called pull request. So maybe this, it's like when you are seeing the screen, right? You may not see this because of the screen like the page size, right? So just scroll to the down. You can see a pull request, and when you do the pull request, right here now the pull request is available now. Did you see this? And in company, how we do this is you may be working on the feature and you may be creating a full pull request. Your lead, right? Let's say if you're a backend developer, there is a lead. Front end, there is a lead. Yesterday we were discussed about examples, right? Now, so how we are going to do is there is something called reviewer section, right? So here we add the reviewers. So currently, we can add up to 15 reviewers for this project. So currently, since I didn't added any people to the this project, that's where I'm unable to see anyone here. Otherwise, what happens? So when I click on here, I should able to see all the reviewer list available because no one is added to this project. Okay, this repository. Okay, yeah. Now once it is okay, so currently as mentioned, right? Let me quickly click here. Click on this branching. Go to dev. So dev does not have the file name called emoji.py, right? So it has only two files with py, audio and video. Now, whatever available in the feature emoji folder, emoji branch, now I am going to merge this branch to dev branch. Okay, how we can do it? Creating PR. Go here, click on the pull request, and currently it is created. I can also close it. So how we can close? For example, if I feel, hey, okay, this I want to change something else, that you can change. But sometimes, right? Um, I want to, let's say, I missed something. Here, if you see the conversation, one commit is there. Okay, so if I click on this, if I click on the view commit details, right, I can see okay what is added, right? Cool. And also here these are checkers. We don't want to focus now. And what file, files changed. If you click here, one file changed, meaning so when you check something like this in the green, right? So this is a completely new file actually. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let me also do change another instead of creating a new file, let me also in the same PR only in the same branch feature emoji, I want to push one more change on the existing file. So let me go back here, right? If we do a git status, there is no untracked file or no changes. Now what I'm going to do, I want to change, let's say in audio feature, there is, let's say for example, add one more file, print, add a new text. So for example, I mistakenly given a typo, for example, okay, here. Now what did you see? If you see the even the file colors, right? So all file colors are normal except this guy, audio.py. Okay, meaning this is untracked file. Meaning some changes happen, but this was not available. This is available in your local machine, but this is not available in the remote GitHub server. Okay. Now, what's your favorite command? Git status. Got it, guys? Git status is the command. You should always. It should be your favorite command. That would tell you. See, if you don't remember any command, also Git status will give you what was the current status, or like what should be the next command. If I do I did a git status, it immediately says, boss, and the branch is updated with this, but changes are not staged for commit. So here this is a guy newly updated but not committed. Okay, if you want to if you want to discard, git restore audio, meaning you can discard the changes. Or what is our intention? We need to push these changes to GitHub, right? So git space. Now I need to add this file. What's the file name? Audio. Once I add it, meaning just tracking this file. But if I want to save, git commit minus m space audio file updated. Got it? Audio file update successfully. It doesn't mean that if you go back here, if you see that the changes won't be reflected. Okay, even if you go back here to the your repository, the changes will not be reflected. Okay, but when this will be available here, once you do a git push only, the changes will be pushed to the original GitHub repository. If you do a git push, then only it will go to the original repository. See, now I did a git push. If you go back here, and now this time if you see, if you reload it, now previously there was only one commit. Now these are two commits actually. So what is this the new commit? This is newly added. Say freshly updated. Audio file is updated successfully. No, you can see, you can add, you can click here and see what is added. It will clearly see in the, it will show you two changes. This is the previous one. This is the left side you are saying that's a old change, and this is newly added. Okay, so this particular text is, because see the one, if these two are matching, right? This line and this line matching, and it is saying, hey boss, this is a newly added guy. All right, and even in the checks, currently we don't have any checks. We don't have any checkers running. That's fine. We don't need to care about it. And here you can check the files. See, in this particular branch, feature branch, what is changed. So currently, as a reviewer, right, what I'm going to do is, I want to check. First, I'll click on here. First, I'll go here. See what message the developer is pushing, saying that audio file updated successfully. So this is what the developer is working and committing like this, right? Now, what I want to do, I want to review. So as a reviewer, again, for example, let's say I'm the team lead for this project. Let's say what I'm going to do is, I'll come here, I'll review this code. So if at all good, I don't see any issue, then review changes, right? There is something called review changes. Click here. Since I'm not a approver, right? Because see, currently I'm not a collaborator, right? So I'm the application developer, right? So if there is a collaborator, then this option will be enabled for that person. Okay, so say that okay, current changes looks good to me. Go and merge the code to dev branch like this. Okay, comment I can do. Okay, submit review, for example. Now as a developer, what I'll do, I'll come and see. Oh, okay, so someone has approved this changes. So current looks good to me. Go ahead and merge it. So how we can merge it? There is something actually. So merge pull request, and this is also one of the important point, guys. Okay, so when it comes to the merge pull request, here you can see the merge pull request. Right? There is a down arrow button. If you click on this, there are a few things that you can see: rebase and merge, squash and merge. If you see the rebase and merge, the two commits from this branch will be rebased and added to the base branch. We don't use rebase and merge ideally, so we ideally go with the create a merge commit or squash and merge. But when we use create and merge and when we use squash and merge, so ideally squash and merge, if you do like my favorite command, like my favorite merge is like a squash and merge. The reason is very simple. So the two commits from this branch will be combined into one commit in the base branch. Okay, why? Because this code will this code will flow from dev to QA, UAT, and prod, right? Now here currently two changes are there, meaning two commits are there. Two commits, if you go if you push to here, it will go as a two commits. But when you do a merge, the squash and merge, two commits will be merged to one, and only one commit will be going here. So that what I can do is, I can directly push one commit to QA, UAT, and prod, not many commits. So there is a reason actually. Reason is very simple. When someone want to refer back to the previous commit ID, maybe that's too much advanced to understand. But what basically you should understand is, you can use two let's do one thing. Let's try to understand the merge pull request. Merge code. Now feature branch, as mentioned, feature branch is what? Is it a permanent branch or temporary branch, guys? Who can tell me quickly?
Temporary branch.
Temporary branches, right? Now, if you see, the pull request successfully merged and closed. You are set. Now, if you want, you can delete this branch also, not required. Okay. And now if we go to the code, see, Dev had recent pushes 30 seconds ago. When you click here, you can see all the branches, and Dev is the one which just now updated, meaning we merge the code from feature branch to Dev branch. Click here, right? If you see, guys, when we are looking at when we are looking at the things, right? So how we will check is there is something called 6 commits, right? Something here. We can click here always if you want to see when it got changed. So this is 1 minute ago. So 1 minute ago also we will see, like every time also we can see. So in this commit, what happened? Okay, we'll just click on this. We can see what changed and commit to what happened, because the bulk files we added, right? Single files, what happens? Bulk file, what happened? We can see all the options. But this is the merge request. So in this merge, what exactly I merge? If you click on this hash ID, so you aware, right? Like we added these two files to the feature branch. In the feature branch, we updated two files and then merged to dev branch. That's where. If you click by this is also one of the frequent place we look for the changes. Okay, for example, if my developer says, "Hey, boss, I just merged the code to dev branch," so I'll directly come here, choose the branch, choose the dev branch, and then in the right side middle, I can see the commits, total commits. If I click on here, I can clearly see what else changed. So if you see this, this is in a um, descending order, like the latest goes the first, top. So here we can clearly see when it comes to the measurable request, as mentioned, no, this is the commit ID, guys. So two commits goes to one. Okay. Now if I go back here, now what else next when I want to deploy to QA, how should I deploy? I need to deploy from dev to QA. Got it? Cool. So how can I create a pull request? Click on the pull request, new pull request. Don't mess up with the other stuff, okay? Always start with fresh. Pull request, new pull request. Now dev has the latest changes, and by default it will select to main, but you can switch to QA. So from dev, this is a base, and you want to match it to. So this is the dev is the had the copy, and you have to match it to base. This is a base branch. Where I want to match, I want to, this is my target. Okay. So from target dev branch to base QA branch. Now if you check here, it will clearly shows difference is only this one. No, previously you were clear that main is the default branch. We created dev, QA, UAT, and prod. Sorry, dev, QA, and UAT, three branches from main. And dev has some updates, meaning we added a new file, we created a new feature, and merged it to dev branch. And dev branch code. And if you see, only that changes are available, right? Cleanly, right? Now what you have to do is you have to create a PR, pull request. You can put your comments. See here, these are comments. You can put your comments or like description about this PR. Let's say merging dev changes to QA. Got it? And here again, reviewer should be there, right? So when it comes to the, so this is how, when it comes to PR, we look for the conversation, we look for the commits. So there are three commits because we made a merge request, right? And two files are changed. We can clearly see, okay, I'm okay with this actually, right? And people, if someone want to approve this code, how they want to do is they need to click on the files change, and then there is a review the changes, and here approve. Let's say approved. Assume like this was chosen here in the, we can put a comment and we can put a comment and say approved. Okay, submit the review. Now I am just bubbling up the changes from one environment to other, from QA to, so from dev to QA, merge pull request. Okay, the changes are merged to QA branch. So how we can check? Click on the code, choose. Now here itself you can see, right? QA had a recent pushes 6 seconds ago. Likewise, you have to do it for QA to UAT. So compare like from QA branch to UAT. Create a pull request. You can see all the changes. So here, match pull request. So like now there are 4 commits. It also includes this commits, right? Again, as mentioned. So we will try to understand with merge commit first. Now deployed to QA, UAT. From QA to UAT also deployed successfully. We click on code. It says that the UAT has recent pushes. Okay, recent, like from feature branch, the code is flowing now, guys. Okay, and main is the production branch, right? Again, same thing. Click on the pull request. So main is the default one, which is production branch. Now we were deploying to main branch. Create a pull request. Since we discussed about all the approvals, merge pull request. Got it? Hey, Dinesh, if you want to drop and come back here. All right. So now that if you observe all the branches like dev, QA, UAT, and prod all got updated with the feature changes which we pushed. Got it? And currently there are no pull requests. So you can create a number of pull requests, guys. Okay. Click on the repository. You can see the branching repository, right? So like this, for example, if 2 developers are working, let's say one developer is working on the audio feature, and another developer is working on the video feature, for example. So these are the sample files that got created initially, and then people are working. Let me do one thing. So what I'm going to do is go here. Uh, let's say I'm working on this. Let's say I don't like this guy. Uh, 1 second. Now there is a typo in this, right? So when it comes to the other temporary branches, let's say bug fix branch, let's say there is a bug in this, right? Bug in the sense there is a typo. So instead of text, I just wantedly made a tej, right? So how can I fix it? So again, you have to create a feature branch. So feature branch created from where? Who can answer quickly?
Dev branch.
Dev branch. So I'm in feature branch now. Git checkout dev branch. Okay, and when you do a git checkout dev, right, always pull the changes. Like when you do a git pull, whatever available changes in the GitHub of dev branch, it will be pulled and available. It will be pulled and updated to your local branch. Okay, local dev branch. So git pull is also one of the important command. It says, did you see this? Git dev has the latest changes, right? From feature we push it. No, see previous my local dev is local copy, but when I push the changes to the remote GitHub repository, this commit, these two are added. No, you understood, right? These two files are changed, but without doing this pull, right, Your local does not have the, see, since it is your machine, maybe you can see the data, but when you without this, the changes will not be available. Okay, every time you should do a git pull. Git pull means, maybe I can give a context quickly. Pulls the latest changes from the selected branch and updates to update with local, meaning your computer. Got it? Right. Now what I want to do? So git branch. So now dev, I had to create a new branch, git checkout minus p. So feature, or this is not a feature, right? This is a bug fix peer. So bug fix, let's say typo fix, for example. Okay. Now where is the typo fix? Let's say in the audio file, there is a txt, for example. Okay. Now, as mentioned, what's the favorite command? Git status. See, even if you want to see, you can see that it's untracked, right? There is one more command called git diff actually. So shows the changes. Okay, so it shows the changes. When you do a git space diff, right, it will show you what got changed. If I do a git diff, right, so boss, in this audio file, so we have two versions now. So one version of audio file has previously like this, and the new in new audio file, so there is a change. Okay, this is the guy. This is the red one is the old changes, and the green one that you are seeing on the screen, which is the latest changes. Okay, so if I do a git branch now, type of fix, I created a I switched the branch, right? So I switched to dev branch, and I pulled the changes, modified the I created a new type of fix branch, right? So the file which got updated is audio.py, right? Now what I'm going to do, git push will work. No, right? Because whenever there is a change, what you going to do? If you do a git status, it will give you the command. Okay, so you can discard the command, or you can discard the file, or you can add this file to the GitHub. So if you want to make it tracked, git space add space audio, and you need to commit, meaning you need to save the bug fix the typo in the audio file. Got it? And then do a git push. So this, since this branch is not available, you have to set a upstream branch, meaning remote mission. Now it will create this branch there. It will push, and it will push the local changes to local code to remote branch. Got it? Now if I go back here, click on this. So this is like my account, my user. Okay. And if I click on the repositories, so here this is a repository that we were working now. So click on the repository branching, yeah, here. Now you can see, right? Bug fix, typo fix. Now what I want to do, so this is a temporary branch. So temporary branch changes should be go to dev branch. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to create a PR. Here itself we can create. So if it is a fresh one, just now you updated, right? You can able to see this message, the pop-up you can see on the screen, and directly you can do it, compare and create a pull request. So you want to create this too, guys. Many times you may used to make mistakes, directly creating like this blindly. Read through it, guys. Okay, so this is my base branch, and you have to choose the one which you created just now. This is a target to base. So okay, fine. Bug fix typo. Where do you want to deploy? You want to deploy to dev branch. Okay. Even after raising a bug fix also. So for example, let's say I created a bug fix PR now. Okay. But only how many commits are there? Only one commit are there. But previously, what we tried actually, we tried this merge pull request. Okay. This time I want to try with squash and merge. Okay. So meaning, let me add a few more commits. Let's say if I go back here, I want to add a new more line. Uh, Maybe not in this file, for example. Maybe in another file, let's say. Some junk code I'll copy paste. Doesn't matter, you can copy anything instead of being lazy. So I copied from something else. Right now, if I do a git status, video file is showing. Now git add, git save it, commit minus let's say video file updated, and then git status. Now nothing is available. You can push it. Okay, git push. Got it. Now if we just reload, you can see one more commit here. Now two commits. Let me add one more commit. Say some more file. Let's say I remove the hello text from this. Okay, git status. Now git diff. As mentioned, git diff always gives you a nice information. It says index. It's not showing any information here. We removed hello. Like don't you see? That's fine currently. We're not caring about that. Get status. It shows the a boss text 3 is modified. And now if we want to add git space add text 3 git commit minus m. So now what I'm pushing this updated changes of text3.txt to the remote branch, which is just now I created a temporary branch. Updated t3 file, for example, and then push git push. Got it. Now once we push it, if I go back here, 3 commits are there. Now there is one more concept. We want to when we are deploying from one environment to other environment, right? Let's say sometimes there are only 3. Imagine there are 30 commits. So I don't want to work. I don't want to push 30 commits actually. Instead, I want to merge this 30 commits or any other a number of commits to one commit. You got it? That time we go and do it this option, squash and merge, so that it will be very easy. So this time you are seeing 3 commits. If you do a squash and merge to a dev branch, right? These three these 3 changes will be merged to single. Now, since it got merged to dev, if I go back and create a one more pull request, now dev to QA, right? Feature branch, like the temporary branch to dev is completed. Now dev to auto push it to QA branch. If you see, only one commit message will be shown. Did you observe, guys? Only one commit message, but 3 files changed. Clear, guys? Is it clear or no? When it comes to
Yes,
the normal merge, only like a number of commit messages you push, those many it will be shown. But when it comes to squash and merge, it will be only shown one commit. Okay, this is how we do. And when you do a create pull request, See, only one commit message is there. Only one commit is there. In this commit itself, we wrapped all these three file changes. Okay. So now squash and merge. This is a very helpful. Many people who are in the who are working for more than 5 6 years also they don't know about this command. They don't know about this use case. Okay. Now it got merged to QA. Let me do it for QA to UAT. Did a PR since we are tried many times. So see only one commit showing. Squash and merge. We have to click squash and merge. Otherwise it won't be merged. So here no pull request or number showing, right? So create a new pull request now. UAT and main is the production copy. Got it? And then if you want to merge to production, this is squash and merge. That's clear, huh? Like did you understood like how it's happening?
Yes.
You got confused or no?
Yes.
You're good, right? There is no confusion in this.
No, no.
So once you play with this, then it's easy for you. As soon as you load it, by default uh, it will display this. And guys, one more important thing, you should never. So when it comes to the enterprise, right, in IT company, so you are never allowed to push the changes to directly dev branch. Let's say the way, like currently I'll tell you like how what I'm talking about. So for example, let's say um, how to check the current branch, git branch, right? Now git checkout dev branch. Now I'm switching to dev branch. Now, so dev is updated. No, previously my dev is different. Now dev is updated. If I do a git pull, then latest changes in the GitHub repository, it will be pulled and merged to my local branch. Okay, cool. Now the whole idea now is since I what we can say since I pull these changes to my local, so this should be available. Hold on, just talking about now imagine you should not do a direct commit to let's say git branch. You are in a dev branch, so you should not. This is not something happens like this. Let's say you made changes to the text1.txt, for example, git status and git add t1.txt. Now commit this changes to move the t1.txt changes git push. Got it? So what happened? Just now manually I push it directly to a dev branch instead of creating a feature branch working on that. Rather doing what I have just did. Dev branch directly pushed. This is not recommended. You should never do that. You got it? So if I reload this, okay, click here. Just now, see you're seeing the time now, right? If you go and check the data, see one file changed. T1.txt changed, right? This has never been recommended, guys. So one file changed, binary file not shown because then there is no information, right? So this is one of the dangerous thing, one of the dangerous activity, meaning direct pushes to the direct updates on the any branch is not recommended. Okay, so dev, QA, UAT, and prod. So you should never push like this. Always create a feature branch. Always create a bug fix branch or hotfix branch or release branch. You should never do a direct commits to the direct branches. Okay. Now, for example, since I changed the t1 text1 dot txt, for example, so that PR is merged. And now, if I go back here, if we do a dev to QA, for example, it can do rest of the things. Everything else is same. Okay, everything else is same. But what is the idea here? Everything else is same, but that's not recommended. You may be thinking that, "Hey, Kumar, this is working code. Like, I'm able to do it. Then I can go with this, right?" So, but as per the standards of community developers, right? So we don't encourage. See, this may be allowing you to push, allowing you to do anything left, right, center, right? But the problem is this is not the best way. So this way you cannot. You are not. We are not a missions, right? So we want to follow certain instructions. So always you create a temporary branch, make the changes, and create a pull request, right? Create a pull request and submit it for approval. So for example, dev to QA and create a pull request and add the reviewers, right? Since there are no people are available, uh, I can add actually since for this project I didn't add anyone. So if you click on here, the settings, right? I can add a collaborator. So here collaborator section is available. Again, I had to use passkey or send via email. I think yesterday I have shown you, I guess, right? So I added Kumal, I guess, to the as a collaborator for this project. So once Kumal accepts, then I can add him as a reviewer actually for this. If I click here, it will display the available reviewer list. I can add up to 15 people. Okay. So once I'm done, I'll go ahead and create this. And now if you observe dev to QA, how many are there? There are two commits are there. Two commits are there. Okay. So there is one more concept on the cherry picking concept. So we will discuss this session, cherry picking in next session. Okay, not today's one because it's already heavy loaded. So expectation from everyone is that you have to follow all the commands that we have practiced as part of the session, and you have to keep repeating everything that we have done here in the session. Okay, so that's the expectation from everyone.